personally don't know how any of my exes could ever look back on our failed relationships and be angry that they don't have me anymore. I would just like to remind y'all that if you had ever wanted to come back, all you had to do was go to therapy. And now that you are angry, I would like to remind you that therapy is still an option for you. Have fun eventually finding therapy.
Women always think the reason why the relationship didn't work is ultimately due because the man didn't go to therapy. And it's always these type of women who always seem to be the poster child for it. The ones covered in tattoos, looking like drug addicts, wearing OnlyFans t-shirts. And that's just surface level stuff that I can see. So I really highly doubt the reason why your relationships failed is because he didn't go to therapy. The reason why I think women always point to therapy when it comes to relationship troubles is so they can pass off what they're not doing. And if they have someone else use word magic to explain away why the thing you're not doing is your fault, makes it appear to add some legitimacy to it because he has some letters behind his name. And that's not to say that therapy is not always not the answer, but it's weird that it's always the first. But ultimately, the relationship usually breaks down to either one or both people not doing what they're supposed to be doing, which is usually the guy providing the money and the protection while she makes food and gives him sex. And when one or both people stop doing something, it usually ends up being a tit-for-tat game until it eventually breaks down. So it's not that therapy can't help, but it's not the reason why you guys aren't together. That's just women using it as something to blame because they don't want it to be themselves. And if they just made him sandwiches and kept his balls empty, most couples would probably still be together. Because most of the time, if you're doing that, he'll work his hardest to give you whatever you want, because that's how most relationships just went. But women now want everything for nothing, and then surprised when you're not doing the bare minimum, that he's not doing anything for you. So you come up with the convenient excuse of therapy to sweep it all under the rug, when it really comes down to you just weren't doing your job.